Hey there, this is David Van Steenkiss with Mile High Rural Land. Hey, I'm really excited to show you these new properties that we have recently acquired near the town of Cuchara, Colorado. It's near La Vida, south and west of Walsenburg. Really beautiful area, and let's just give you a little bit of a look here. Cuchara is right down here in southern Colorado. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see we've got, let me give you a little better idea on the location. So we've got several lots in here by the old, really right in the middle of the old Panadero ski resort. Went out of business many years ago, but there's a great story behind it. The county recently purchased the front 47 acres, which had been in tax delinquency. It's all done. There was a foundation a private foundation that raised the money for the county to take it over, and now they are revamping the area and adding all kinds of activities. So more on that later. But essentially, we've got a 10.25 acre lot. We've got a just under 8 acre lot. And the rest of these lots are between 1/2 and 3/4 of an acre, with the exception of one that's about 1/3 of an acre. So we're pretty close. You've got houses here, and we've got the old lodge here and infrastructure here to run septic and sewer lines. It's pretty feasible to run them up to these two larger lots. For the smaller lots, it is feasible to run it up there, but it also could be more cost effective to do a septic and haul water, especially if you're just going to do a cabin lot that you're there a few times a year. But the well depth is not too bad up here. We're still waiting on the official number on that. We will have it in the ad shortly. Now, these lots here also, the great thing about it, they are not in the Panadero HOA. So there's no HOA fees, and there still are county guidelines for restrictions, and we'll have the land use in the download link below. And we also have this lot up here that is about 3/4 of an acre. And the lines on my program didn't quite draw it where it's at. It should be over a little bit, but these little overlay programs aren't always super accurate. But I can't imagine the people that built this $500,000 home here, did it off their survey. So this lot should be over a little bit. But the nice thing about this lot here, it is in the HOA with the fees. They'll be listed in your ad. They're not bad at all here, and it's a pretty loose HOA from what I hear. They're not just a bunch of retirees driving around in golf carts looking for something to do. It's actually pretty cool. But the nice thing about this lot, there is water tap, sewer tap, and power right at the property line, so it won't cost very much to tap in. All right, so I'm going to show you one more property that we have. There's a total of 16, I believe. So there's 14 here, one here, and then one up here. So the other property that we have is down here, right basically in the town of Cuchara, or just south of it. Let me give you a little better idea of where Cuchara is located. So it's about 11 miles south of La Vida. La Vida is fairly well known. It's kind of a farming town, but just a beautiful area. We've got the Spanish Peaks over here. Spanish Peaks are over here, so from here you have great views of the Spanish Peaks. There's a lot of recreation around here. Let's check out a photo. There's a nice stream. There's oodles and oodles and oodles of hiking and mountain biking. There's opportunities for trout fishing. And certainly birding, all kinds of stuff. And I'll talk a little bit about what the new recreational opportunities at the near the Panadero Resort. Now here we have Walsenburg, and then At Walsenburg, you basically go straight up I-25, and then you'll hit, which is right here, and you've got Colorado City, and then where's Pueblo? Pueblo's up here. Zoom out a little bit. So we've got Pueblo, and then Colorado Springs. So Pueblo's probably 45 minutes to an hour, and then Colorado Springs another 45 minutes, and then Denver is another hour. You got about 3.25, 3.5 hours to get to Cuchara from Denver. So it's not too bad. From central Denver, yeah, it's closer to 3 hours. I think from the Boulder area where I live is about 3.5 hours. So it's not too far. It's definitely close enough for weekend trips if you want a cabin down there. But it's unspoiled Colorado. It's not so developed like when you get up to Vail and Breckenridge and all those other places in the mountains. They've become very, very. They're still not spoiled, but they're a lot more crowded. So these are our lots. You could put either a nice home on these. They do allow container homes. They don't allow tiny homes, which are typically 250 to 400 square feet. You could do a 2-story one. The minimum square footage is 600 square feet, unfortunately. But you could do two 40-foot container homes. A container home is 8 by 40, so that gives you 320 square feet. So if you put two of them together, you'd have 640 square feet, and they're allowable, totally allowable. Or just do a 600 square foot cabin on any of these lots. As you can see, you've got great access. You are allowed to drive up this here, and you've got a road that cuts through this lot onto here. You've got then also fire trails. These are maintained by the fire company. So there are dirt roads in here on both sides here. So you do have access to all of these properties. Like I said, this one here is a third. I think this one's 0.7. So they're right around between half to 3/4 of an acre, with the exception of this little third acre here. So you've got houses here, so it's not too far to run power or sewer or water, but you can do septic with a cistern and haul water as well. That's a nice economical way to do it if you wanted to just have these for a weekend cabin or whatever. We'll take another look here at this property here. I can't do a Google Street View because it's pretty much limited to paved roads. But what I'll do is I'll go out here to the entrance of the park and zoom in, and you'll get a street view, kind of an idea of the what the area looks like and the size homes. Come on now, Google. Are you not going to cooperate? I just did this a minute ago. There we go. The paved road, we get a street view. So this is opposite the entrance. You really can't see the houses because of the tall pine trees, which are absolutely gorgeous. It's a very green area. There's a cat, and here's the entrance to the park, Cuchara Mountain Park. And I can't drive down that road because it's virtually, because it doesn't have a paved road. So Google won't work down there. But I can just, I'm going to pass this car here. We can drive down the road a little bit. Kind of see what things are like. You can see that, it's not built up and crowded, but there's definitely, enough activity to tell us that, we've got some houses in the area, some cabins. So we've got infrastructure, and it's a popular area. And it's becoming more popular. If the screen will refresh, you'll be able to see the There we go. So you have several houses over here. Let's exit Street View and let's show the lot that we have in Cuchara. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so this lot here is about 3/4 of an acre. It's really a really nice lot. You can see nice homes built next to it. There's a creek that runs, you can see the creek, runs under the road here behind this house, right through almost the middle of the property. So this is 3/4 of an acre. The creek runs here. You can see these people have a little bridge. They built a little bridge over the creek and it runs past here. So you could build a really cool little house. You could build a pretty darn big house actually. On the front here, I don't know if I mean, you probably could build it on the back too if you wanted to be further from the road, and then build a little driveway over to here. You'd have to check that stuff out with the building codes and all that. But either way, you've got roughly 1/3 of an acre and 1/3 of an acre. I mean, if you took off some space to allow for being some distance away from the creek, maybe you've got 1/4 acre and 1/4 acre. But you know, if you built a house like either one of these right up here, you'd have all this backyard. You could put a nice bridge there to go over the creek. What a great place. Let's see if we can get some street view imagery here. Yep. So it's hard to actually see the lot on the street view because you've got all these bushes here. But this is the house next door, and you've got the mountains here. As you can see, you've got power lines now. Lot has power access right to the lot. It also has water and sewer connections. The tap fees, I'm told, are $7,500 for water and $7,500 for sewer. So you're looking at about a $15,000 infrastructure connection. And I'm not exactly sure what the electrical will cost. It's right here at the lot, but I'm thinking probably not more than $5,000. Why won't this let me drive down the road? Oh, maybe because I'm in Google Earth, not Google Maps. Let's see. It should still let me drive down the road. Sorry, folks. Yeah, because I cross street. There we go. So you can see, you know, some pretty nice houses that I can't zoom into that have been built there. That's the crossroad. So you got a really nice private area with a creek, and let's drive down the road a little bit. Now it's letting me, and you can see off to the right, you know, some of the nice cabins and homes in this neighborhood. It's really quite quaint down here. It's a neat community. So let's look at some of the Google photos here of the area. These are just photos randomly post. That looks like a nice fall picture. How gorgeous is that? And just another driving down the road shot. There's the welcome to Cuchara sign. Another shot of the road. Wow, so that must be this meadow out here. That is just beautiful. Gorgeous picture. I gotta blow that one up. The colors are amazing. Oh, wow. Cool shot. Oh, let's check one more out. And that is the picture of the creek that runs through the backyard of this property. That is pretty awesome. Now back to the lots here. These recreational lots. I want to show you, this is the old Panadero Ski Resort, which has been defunct for about, I don't know, 20 or 30 years. And the problem is the acreage, all this acreage up here, which opens up the access to the resort and to the national forest, was tied up in tax delinquency and all that. And now it's all been cleared out. In fact, we bought all of our lots on tax. They were all tax delinquents. So they were tax liens that never redeemed, and we took them over. So we are now getting all the title straightened out, and that's just about done, so that it's clean. And we are reselling these. Every single lot, in fact, even the other lots that I just got done talking about, every lot has seller financing available with fairly low down payments, down as low as 10% on some of them. And we finance them. There's no qualifying. I mean, you could just to have a little cabin, larger lots, I'd build something bigger. But there's so much you can do, and then you can walk right out your backyard and hike all these trails, snowshoeing, mountain biking. They are refurbishing this two of the ski lifts in phase one of the project. I believe I'll show you the document that shows you the phases, and it's you know, so there'll be summer. You can take the lifts for mountain biking. There's all kinds of hiking trails, viewing decks. I do not know. There are plans in there to open up alpine skiing, but I would say that alpine skiing might be a maybe. So we'll see. It might be, you know, down the road in like the third phase or something. Whoops. Over here. So here is, and you can download this document on our website. There's a downloads folder. This is what it looks like from the base of the resort. This is one of the ski lifts. I won't bore you with this. You can read it yourself, but it gives you the intro, talks about the entire plan, the goals of the plan, you know, to offer residents and visitors a place to recreate and gather and connect with nature. Sorry, I tried to highlight that and I couldn't undo it. You know, attract tourists, be self-sustaining, provide economic benefits to Huerfano, a pleasant venue. They're going to have a music venue, an amphitheater, arts and cultural events and programs, all kinds of stuff like that. Talks about the location, you know, the distance from the different towns and cities. These are some pictures of nearby Cuchara. This is just, you know, a picture of the ski resort with snow on it. And these must have been some old photos from when the ski resort was open. These are of the lifts. And this takes you through the entire process, how things were done, how they plan on doing it, and the different phases. Talks about the existing condition. You can see this lift house is kind of run down, and they're refurbishing these. And then the activities and plans. You can read all about, you know, what they plan on doing. You've got maps of the area. My internet's a little slow, forgive me. But mountain bike trail, hiking trail, advanced downhill trail. They plan to have mountain bike events here. You can read about all the programs and the events, music festivals, weddings, food and beverage. I mean, this is going to be a good place to go. A lot of fun. And look, buying in here now, you're pretty much buying at ground floor, because this area has not seen the appreciation that the rest of Colorado has been, because it's been suppressed because of all these tax delinquencies and things like that. The people that you know, developed the resort a long time ago that went bankrupt, and a lot of people who owned a lot of parcels. I mean, all of the parcels that we bought, other than the ones up in the resort, were all from one owner, or that we acquired on tax lien default. They were all from one investor. So this is going to be a really great place to be. So you can download this on our website. Actually, let me show you the page. So we haven't finished writing the ad up on our page yet. We'll have an individual ad for each lot, because up here it'll have our checkout with a box. Okay, since this ad is not finished, we don't have the downloads folder. Let me show you on another ad. So this is my site, milehighRuralLand.com, and I will show you on another listing. This is not finished yet. Come on, internet. My internet's going very slow. I apologize. So here's another property. Also down not far from here. This one's in Los Animas County. But, okay, there must not be anything in the... Let me find a property that has the downloads folder enabled. We don't enable it if there's nothing to download on certain ads. Okay, here we go. So there will be a button like this that says download property documents. Click on that and it'll just basically open up a folder which will contain any downloadable documents. Okay, so this one has a few you just double click and download it. All right, so this ad the proper ad will be set up so that you can do that, and I'll let you read this document on your own because it's about 54 pages. But you can see here some of the things that they plan here. The ring of fire and the viewing deck from the top of lift 4, and they'll be adding and connecting more hiking trails, refurbing the chairlifts for mountain biking. They're going to have sledding and tubing, more stuff for the kids, and a playground here, a rock climbing wall, and like I said, the inner tube park looks really, really great. So if you would like to reserve one of these properties now, the ads will be up very shortly, so that all you have to do when you find the particular property that you want, you'll click on purchase this property, fill out all your information, and then all you'll be doing is paying the doc fee, and that'll reserve the property. And then we will send you all the paperwork, and the if you want to buy it on seller financing, we'll send you that paperwork, all the contracts and everything, and then we will arrange with the rest of the payments. There will be a down payment where you'll receive an invoice from us via email, and you can pay that using ACH or a credit card. And then the monthly payments are managed by a portal called GeekPay, and it will be an auto withdrawal from your account. You'll get all the documentation that go with that. If you choose to pay cash and you want to close through a title company, then we will use a little bit different contract. We'll set it up in escrow, and we'll go through the title company. So it's very, very simple, and we wish you the best. And these are great properties, and we hope to hear from you. Thank you.